why I want wheel speed. There you go. Xmaxx. First backflip on the ramp. Yeah, plenty of wheel speed. I was tapping the throttle, getting my rotation.
The Xmaxx is a beast in the air now.
Yeah.
Here's some more clips for everybody who loves slow motion. Go over where I am with my Xmaxx, go over the current setup, every setting I have, and every upgrade I've done to the truck so far. I am also building a work stand for the Xmaxx. Starting to get some color laid down on it. It's all clear coated. The board in my hands right now is not part of the work stand. It's simply a board with 4 screws ran up to it so that I could clear coat the entire stand at once. Clear coat the bottom and the edges, set it on the screws, clear coat the rest of the stand, let it cure. Where the 4 screws are touching the stand, I'm planning on putting feet on to cover up those marks. I still want to paint a white stripe between the orange and the clear coat. It's what you call natural. Leave it with the wood showing, and probably put some stickers on it. Maybe this Xmaxx sticker on an orange stripe. Put an X up here in the front. Dress it up a little. So, upgrades and setup on the Xmaxx. Let's talk about that. I put the light kit on. First thing I did, I have a video on my channel on that. I changed to the 46 tooth spur gear initially from the 54 tooth, and then now I went to the 20 tooth pinion gear. I took the stock 18 tooth pinion gear out. So I'm running in the truck right now a 20 tooth pinion gear and a 46 tooth spur gear. Talked about my lipos, the HRB lipos, 6,000 milliamp hour lipos, and these are 100C constant, so slightly less milliamp hours than the Traxxas batteries. They're 6,700 milliamp hour, but not an issue for me for runtime. So looking under the hood, I have the dust cover. It's an Integy dust cover. So I got the Velcro strips on the chassis to hold that in place. And my shocks, I have 50 weight oil in the front, 60 weight oil in the back. And let's talk about the preload setting on the shocks. I don't anticipate changing the oil in the shocks. 60 in the back, 50 in front. Feels pretty good to me. A lot of guys are running 80, and I think that's a little stiff as far as the rebound going over bumps. I think you lose a little bit on the handling. But to set my preload on the shocks, I simply use a millimeter scale and just set the gap between the adjustment ring and the top of the shock cap. I think the preload would be the thing to play around with more as far as to see how the truck responds. So right now I have it on 12 millimeter in the front, 16 in the back. And in my other video, what I was looking at was that it doesn't squat so much taking off or dive on the brakes. And then the other thing is with more preload, two things come into play. You're raising the body height, which is going to, more preload, you're going to raise your center of gravity, so you're balancing that and how much it can absorb on the landing. Trust me on this. You hear people talk about different shock weight and preloads and the body slap. These are designed to slap the body on the ground. Every one of them, I'm going to say when you get over 4 feet, maybe 5 feet at best, the tub is hitting the ground. That's why they have the angles, the lead angles, on both of the front and rear, so it can slide across whatever it's landing on. I think that covers my setup, where I'm at with upgrades and setup. I'm not a big believer in the aluminum alloy parts. I think the plastic is designed to flex. They're less expensive to replace the parts when they break, and they don't break as often because of the design flex in them. So GPS 51.1 miles an hour with this gear setup and these lipos. And the big reason for that for me was wheel speed for how it handles in the air, controlling the truck in the air. Heavy truck, heavier than the Max for sure, and the eRevo 2.0 needs wheel speed. So I'll just continue to keep an eye on the temperature, and also if I want to do some other kind of driving, it's not that hard to change some gears. In this case, just dropping back to this 18-tooth pinion gear, and I'd probably be fine for most of the driving that I'm ever going to do, and not have to worry about temps. But with the 20-tooth pinion, 46-tooth spur gear, I'm just tapping the throttle. I got wheel speed to sell on the backflips. I think, I haven't tried it yet, I will soon, but I think I can do a lower, smaller jump and just punch full throttle, get the rotation, probably as good as my Max right now. So with that being said, that's my setup and my upgrades. Everybody loves slow motion, right?